Date from the field. We understand that counting and sorting sorting and counting rather has started in some polling units. We want to bring in our senior correspondent, Solomon Ajuziogu, who is live for us, to just give us update. Solomon, this election in some polling units, we understand, is now at the critical stage where you find that the sticking points begin to come up, and politicians decide whether they want to pursue litigation or not. Just give us update as to the counting or sorting and counting process where you are.
So I'm in Ekwulobia, one ward at Paragon Pharmacy, polling unit 032 in Aguata local government area of Anambra State. This is a funny polling unit of just 58 registered voters, and voting has ended. Counting and sorting and the verification of results by the party agents is going on at the moment. You can see by the side there some of the party agents signing the documents to show that they witnessed the voting, the counting, and all of it. It's amazing that you have a polling unit in a place like this, the Ekwulobia one. We were also at the Ekwulobia 2, where you have two polling units. One had 65 registered voters, and the one beside it, polling unit 003, had over 1,400 registered voters, while the other one has just 65. And we wonder what disparity in number that represents. But as it is, the 58 registered voters, if all of them voted here, the voting has ended. The counting, sorting and counting has also ended, and the party agents are taking the record of the result. If you would allow me, I'd like to call on the presiding officer if he will be willing to talk with us to tell us how it went here. Presiding officer, well, I guess he has, he just took a walk, but once he comes here now, I will be able to talk with him. But what has happened here is that the party agents appear to be satisfied here in Ekwulobia, one ward, Paragon Pharmacy, polling unit 032, where 58 registered voters have cast the ballot. I would have loved to have him tell us if it was the entire 58 of them that voted here. But it's one of those polling units where you have a very small number of people, when in some other places, polling unit 003 in Ekwulobia 2, that has 1,400, and the one in Ekwulobia in polling unit 002, where the governor voted, that has more than 900 persons. We understand that in INEX system, once you have more than 500 registered voters in a place, there is always this attempt to split it to give them more polling units in those places. Well, the presiding officer is here, who oversaw the voting here. Please come closer. Who oversaw the voting here in Ekwulobia 1, polling unit 032. Can we get to meet you? So tell us, registered voters here 58. So tell us the mechanics of the voting here. Yeah.
Okay, the voting here was very nice, smooth, and entertaining. We had 58 registered voters. The turnout was very poor. These ones are those who have come and vote. At the end of the day, we had 1 registered voters and registered voters out of 58. So we encourage people to come out to vote as next. That's all for now.
So you've heard it from what you said, the horse's mouth, the presiding officer here, who has just told us 58 registered voters, only 31 accredited to vote. Well, that's more than 50% of the registered voters. So if you take a sample here, then you say that there was more than 50% turnout at this polling unit, even though you think it is low.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, Solomon, from what you've observed, how would you assess the professionalism and the composure of the polling and collation officers on duty?
Well, you have seen the polling officer, the presiding officer here. He's been very professional. He put everybody in line. Before I came on to talk with you, you saw the visuals that were transmitted as he took time after voting. He waited till it was 2:30. Before it was 2:30, he announced to the people that when it is 2:30, voting will close. and then sorting and counting will begin. He did exactly the same thing he told them even before it was 2:30. And when 2:30 came, he began that. He began counting, he began sorting, he began counting, and then he showed everything. When some of the agents tried to get ahead of themselves to try to snap, he said, no, verification of the result has not been concluded. And then he took his time to get all of them to sign, to stamp the result, to sign it before he eventually allowed them to have their own copy of it and then to snap it.
And Solomon, speak to us about, because again, the party agents are a major part of this election. One of the issues we've heard over and over again is that parties, for example, you have 16 candidates, but in some polling units, you will not have up to representative from 5 political parties. And then they take some of these results to the collation center or even to court in a place where they did not have party agents. First of all, speak to us about how many party agents are present in that polling unit. And then I know you started talking about it, the conduct of these party agents.
Well, the thing is, you saw the picture of the party agents signing. I would ask the presiding officer, were all the party agents for the 16 parties present here, or how many of them were here to sign?
Okay, we have few party agents present, especially those who were in the field. We have the Labour Party, we have the YPP, we have the APGA, and we have the APC.
I thought
one that was present at the during time of election.
I thought you had also the ADC candidate, even though they did not show a vote here, who also signed. Right. So you had that. So you had that. Not all the parties presented agents here. They probably know where they will do well and where they will not do well. So they will choose the battles they want to fight. But the party agents, you have just had the names of the parties that were here who signed the document to authenticate the result of the votes that are being cast here in Ekwulobia, one ward, polling unit 00032 in front of Paragon Pharmacy here in Ekwulobia, Agwata local government of Anambra State.
Okay, now just to add a little bit to what Precious said, how are the party agents and the observers, how are they reacting to the conduct of the counting and the sorting process? Do you think they look satisfied or maybe skeptical?
Well, you saw it on TV. They say pictures don't lie. This is not just a picture. This was audio-visual. You saw the counting. You saw the agents signing. Nobody refused to sign, including the other party that seemed to have not scored anything. He signed because he witnessed the voting. And because he registered to be one of the agents representing a political party here, what did he do? He had to sign to authenticate, to validate the result. They did not protest. They were even very, they assisted the presiding officer to do what he needed to do. If they feel he was going out of line, they will say, no, we don't want that. And then the presiding officer will also tell them, okay, no, you can't do this, you can't do that. I think that there is a general resolve by the Anambra that this vote must hold. It must hold peacefully. It must be free and fair. So far, it's been free. It's been fair. If there are infractions, we'll get to know in some places. If there are, we'll get to know when the final counts come in. But here in polling unit 032, in Ekwulobia, one ward, in front of Paragon Pharmacy, in Agwata local government area of Anambra State, voting has concluded. 58 registered voters there, 31 of them are accredited to vote. They've been counted. We now know who won in this ward or in this polling unit.
All right, thank you so much, Solomon, our serial correspondent live for us. I like the way he's calling the Ekwulobia.
Even though he's an Edo man.
No, he's, I mean, the 001, 002 polling unit. Thank you so much, Solomon. All right, we'll take